Hey guys, it's ENOS-GAMING, and today we're going to be talking about what if I made my own live-action Lupin the Third. Yes, I know live-action anime isn't very well loved within the anime community, but I thought it would be a fun topic to talk about. So the movie would start off with Lupin in his green jacket. It would be based on part one. So you would have Lupin, Jigen, Goemon, Fujiko, and Zenigata all in the movie. The villain of the movie would be Paikal the Magician, and the secondary villain will be Goemon, but then he'll later become one of Lupin's allies later on in the movie. Now the story will follow loosely on the episode Paikal the Magician was introduced in. He has a chemical that makes him indestructible. Fujiko steals it, so he goes out looking for it. However, I would change the story up and make it to where the chemical is actually wearing out by the time he's introduced. So he knows if he goes out and gets it, it's a possibility Lupin or Jigen would kill him. So he hires Goemon, one of the world's greatest assassins, to then kill Lupin. So while trying to get this chemical, Lupin and Jigen show that they are very skilled and not necessarily like skilled enough to beat Goemon, but skilled enough to at least survive. So they're able to escape. Fujiko is then captured and taken away. Lupin and Jigen have to save her. And once you get later on to the movie, Goemon will then realize, he's on the wrong side and side with Lupin and Jigen, and they will take down Paikal, and that would be the end of the movie. Now, for the actors, for Lupin, Jigen, Fujiko, and Zenigata, I have actors already picked out for them. For Lupin, I would go with Ryan Reynolds. For Jigen, I would go with Keanu Reeves. For Fujiko, I would go with Blake Lively. And then for Zenigata, I would go with, what's his name? Hugh Jackman. I know a lot of people say that they think J.K. Simmons could play a great um, Inspector Zenigata, and I'm not um, disagreeing with it, but I just think if you look at Zenigata's face and you look at Hugh Jackman's, he has more of the facial structures of Zenigata, which is why I pick him. Now, I know a majority of it, I just went with Deadpool actors, and it's not really like, oh, they all have great chemistry together, and then Blake Lively is Ryan Reynolds' wife. No, it's not that. I just think Ryan Reynolds can do a good Lupin because of his humor and movies like Red Notice. And for Fujiko, the only reason I went with her, Blake Lively, was because I couldn't really think of anyone for her that wasn't either too young or too old that was around the same age as Ryan Reynolds. I know she's a little younger than him, but she was the first one that popped in my head. And then for Jigen, the reason I went with Keanu Reeves is because of Lupin the Third the First. His model, Jigen's face, was modeled after Keanu Reeves, and I was like, oh hey, he would actually be a good actor for that reason. And and Keanu Reeves has played characters like Jigen. For Goemon, he would be the only character I would make strictly Japanese, only because, I just feel like he's the one character that has to be strictly Japanese. But yeah, that's really all I have to say for the video. Oh, no, no, there is one more thing. I would actually do 7 movies in total. Movies 1 through 6 would be based on part one, part two, part three, part four, part five, and part six. Each movie, he would wear the same jacket that he wore in each series. So, first movie, green jacket. Second movie, red jacket. Third movie, pink jacket. Fourth movie, blue jacket. Fifth movie, also blue jacket. Sixth movie, back to the green jacket. And then seventh movie, I would do like my own 100% original Lupin the Third story, and I would actually give Lupin a yellow jacket just because I think a yellow jacket would look really cool on Lupin, and I have heard a lot of fans say that that's the most requested jacket color for Lupin. So for each movie, I would actually have a villain from each series be the villain of each movie. So part one or the first movie would be Paikal. Second movie would be the twin assassins from part two. I haven't really finished part three, to be honest, so I don't really know too many villains from it, but I'm sure somebody out there knows everything about part three, and they could probably help me within the comments who a good villain for the third movie would be. For part four, I would or for the fourth movie, I would do the whole cloning process of Leonardo da Vinci. For the fifth movie, I was torn between Albert and Enzo because I think Albert. I made a video about it saying why I thought Albert should be the main villain. But yeah, I would bring in probably both Albert and Enzo. Have Albert start off as the villain. You think he's the main villain, but then once you start getting closer and closer to the end, you start to realize, oh no, Enzo's the real villain. And then sixth movie, I would make Lady Tomoe the villain. And then once I get to the seventh movie, I probably would like go back and look at some of the older villains from the original Lupin the Third series and pick, or I might just come up with my own villain. I haven't really decided since there isn't really a Lupin the Third Part 7 yet. I still think there will be, even though nothing's been confirmed, but I still have hope. Anyway, with all that said, that's all I have for today's video. I know it's a really short video, but it was just something I thought would be fun to talk about. And yeah, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.